FBI officers were troubled seeing that in the jail, where even if a prisoner was left open, he still couldn't escape, how 3 prisoners managed to escape from under the noses of the authorities there. Despite such strict surveillance, how did they get out of their cell? And the most surprising thing is, how did the jail authorities not get even a hint of their escape for the next 10 hours? Not only the FBI, but 3 of the top-level agencies in the US were also putting in all their efforts to solve this case. We are talking about a jailbreak that has not only been unresolved for the last 60 years, but has also become a mystery for the world. This small island in the Pacific Ocean covers only 22 acres, but was used to hold the world's most dangerous criminals. Famous by the name of Alcatraz, this island is built on a huge rock in the sea, which is why it is also called the Rock. Firstly, this island is surrounded by the ocean for miles around, and secondly, for extra protection, a 15-ft high fence was also erected around it. With 24/7 monitoring by jail sergeants, and because it is located at the opening of the Pacific Ocean, strong winds and high waves always surround this island. Considering all these conditions, in 1934 it was declared a federal prison where maximum security was provided. In short, if someone came here, escaping on their own was impossible in any case. This jail had the status of being inescapable, but the entire illusion of Alcatraz was shattered on July 12, 1962, when 3 prisoners very skillfully deceived the security and escaped. The main characters of this story are these 4 individuals, among whom John William Anglin and Clarence Anglin are brothers. They were kept here due to a bank robbery case. Then there is Frank Morris, who has been seeing the inside of jails on and off since the age of 13. He was also kept in Alcatraz because of a bank robbery. Lastly, there is Alan West, who had attempted to escape from several other jails before, which is why he was kept in Alcatraz for maximum security. Alan West had been in this jail for quite some time, which is why he knew more about the jail's compound than others. The idea to escape from Alcatraz was first proposed by Alan West to his companions in 1960. Alan found a loophole in Block B of the jail from where their escape could potentially be possible. Now, the problem was that although these 4 would meet during lunch breaks and such, their cells were not in Block B. They kept trying to get shifted to Block B. Fortunately for them, the jailer shifted them to Block B, and that too next to each other. Their first target was achieved. All 4 prisoners were shifted to Block B together. For the next 2 years, what they were concocting inside their cells remained unknown to anyone. On July 12, 1962, as per routine, the jail staff went to wake up all the prisoners at 7 a.m. During the assembly count, 3 prisoners were missing. When the staff rechecked all the cells, they found the Anglin brothers, including Frank Morris, lying in their bed in Block B. It didn't seem normal to them, and when they tried to wake them up by entering the cell, they discovered that there were only dummy heads on the beds of all 3 cells. Yes, they had escaped, and they had left behind these dummy heads made from a mixture of soap, plaster, and concrete. One of them even fell to the ground and broke, which can be seen in this photo. Upon witnessing this scene, the entire jail staff was in utter shock. They assumed that the prisoners couldn't have escaped from the island, so they started searching the entire island but couldn't find any trace of them. Everyone was haunted by the same question. How could not 1, but 3 prisoners escape under such high security? Remember, among those who escaped, Alan West, who actually had the whole plan, was not one of them. An investigation team was called, and the FBI was also informed. It was found that the 3 had broken through a small vent in the wall of their cell to get out. What was even more surprising was that not 3 but 4 cell vents on the other side of the wall were damaged. Yes, the 4th vent was from Alan West's cell, who, for some reason, failed to escape through his vent. Alan West knew well that he had no chance of escaping now. Therefore, he thought it best to tell the investigators the entire plan. Here, Alan confessed that the whole plan was actually his. They had made the dummy heads themselves, and the hair used in them was stolen during haircuts inside the jail. There was a small vent on the back wall of all 4 prisoners' cells, measuring 5 by 9.5 inches. Alan knew about this loophole because he'd worked in jail maintenance. He knew the walls were only 6 inches thick, and that the vent could easily be enlarged. For 6 months, all 4 prisoners kept making holes around this vent whenever they found the chance, using spoons stolen from the kitchen. Eventually, they even made a drill machine from the motor of the jail's vacuum cleaner. They kept this digging secret by placing their musical instruments or other objects in front of it. This task was especially carried out during the musical hour when the jail block was noisy. The vent led to a corridor where there was no security, and from there, a drain pipe went straight to the roof of the block where they often worked for maintenance. To keep prisoners busy, they were assigned maintenance work in Alcatraz. These 4 prisoners also went to the roof for maintenance work, and this gave them the chance to inspect every small detail for their escape plan. From the roof, they descended using another pipe, and then scaled the island's 15 ft tall fence and got away. They had prepared everything in advance, including creating an inflatable raft by joining rubber raincoats. These raincoats were provided by the jail administration, which they had been collecting under various pretexts. To inflate the boat, they used an old concertina musical instrument, which Frank Morris had requested from the jail administration just 3 months earlier. Moreover, using raincoats, they also made something like life jackets, which would prevent them from drowning in case the raft didn't work. But for the FBI, the real question still remained. Where are the escaped prisoners now? Alan West revealed that according to the plan, they were first supposed to pass north of Alcatraz through Angel Island and then land on the mainland, where security was almost non-existent. There, they were supposed to steal a car and some clothes. A thorough search was conducted on all the mainlands around Alcatraz, but no theft or robbery was reported. Whether the sea swallowed the prisoners who managed to evade impossible security, or Alan West's story, was also a ruse to deceive the FBI. The 3 of them left no trace anywhere. Footprints on the roof of Block B, where all these things were made in their secret workshop, and the marks of feet on the pipe they had descended from, verified that Alan West's story was not false. Now, along with the FBI, the Coast Guard, the Bureau of Prisons, and the U.S. Marshals Service, were also involved in the search for the prisoners in the sea. But they found neither the prisoners nor any raft or life jacket. This police case was turning into a mystery case. In the following 4 days, the Coast Guards found a wooden paddle floating, believed to be part of their raft. Later, 2 bags made from raincoats were found containing prisoners' personal items, such as family photos and letters. This suggested that the 3 prisoners did not make it alive to the mainland, because these items were such that no prisoner would easily leave behind. Any dead body starts floating on the surface of the water after 2 days, but for many months following the investigation, not a single body part of anybody was found. There's also a theory that the 3 prisoners might have reached the mainland by swimming, if not by raft. After the escape in 1962, the FBI kept a close watch on the Anglin brothers' family. Their nephew, David Widner, told the FBI that John and Clarence's older brother revealed to their sisters at the time of his death that his brothers were alive and well, and that he was in contact with them. Several family members told the FBI that on significant family occasions, 2 women with strange makeup were seen, who might have been John and Clarence in disguise, but those 2 women were never seen again. Moreover, 15 years after the escape, a cousin of the Anglin brothers saw both brothers in a club in Brazil, and even captured their photo. Their family believes that these were indeed the Anglin brothers, but investigators from the U.S. Marshals Service say that the ages of the individuals in the photo do not match those of the Anglin brothers. This was the last time news of the Anglin brothers being alive was received, and since then, no trace of them has been found. The year following the escape, Alcatraz was closed. In 1979, the FBI officially withdrew from the case. Now, only the U.S. Marshals Service keeps the case open, and it will remain open until either the prisoners are caught, their dead bodies are found, or they reach the age of 99. Alcatraz Island has now been transformed into a national park, where tourists can see the same bars of Block B, where, 60 years ago, the Anglin brothers, Frank Morris, and their companion Alan West were imprisoned.